And there it is. Mikal Bridges puts pen to paper and signs a 4-year extension worth $150 million to remain with the New York Knicks. He took a discount. Leon Rose, you've done it again. We're going to break it down on today's show and what could be coming next and what does this extension and discount mean for the Knicks. But this is why you subscribe, because when the Knicks make a move, we make a video. So subscribe and turn those notifications on. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports, and I am your host, Marshall Green. Mikal Bridges, you are a New York Knick for the foreseeable future. Bridges has been contract extension eligible since the NBA Finals concluded, and there's been some talk on why extension has not gotten done. Were the Knicks potentially looking to shop him? There were rumors that teams were calling, and Knicks were calling teams about a potential Mikal Bridges trade, but all of that smoke has officially been put to bed as he is signing a 4-year extension worth $150 million. Not a Jalen Brunson-esque discount, but a discount nonetheless. And every single dollar makes a major difference when you're talking about aprons and where the New York Knicks are going to sit going into the future. He could have signed a deal worth up to $156 million, a $6 million discount, which means that his average annual value is about $37.5 million over the 4-year deal. He's still on the books this year on his old deal, paying him about $24 million. So he's on this team under contract for the next 5 years, and he cannot be traded for 6 months due to the extension rules. Ian Begley saying this: the Knicks and Bridges have agreed to an extension at less than the max, which gives the Knicks more financial flexibility due to the second apron. When the Knicks traded all those draft picks for Mikal Bridges, there were rumors and there were thoughts that Bridges was going to take a discount. We didn't know how big, but we know now that it's a $6 million discount on paper, but he could have earned far more money if he waited until he was a free agent this time next year and could have re-upped for a 5-year deal for nearly $240 million with the Knicks. Now, I don't know if he would have got that money for the Knicks, but he did what we've already seen a couple of other players do on the Knicks. Take a discount. That way the Knicks can maintain financial flexibility and continue to try to add talented players to this basketball team. He wants to be here, and he wants to win here. That's what a league source has told SNY. And that's what you want to hear. You want people that want to be here, not just say that, but their actions back that up. And we want people that want to win here. And Mikal Bridges, he wants to win here. And right now, you kind of have a core building for the New York Knicks. You have 6 players under contract over the next 2 years. This is your core. Jalen Brunson, he signed that extension last year. Mikal Bridges just put pen to paper. OG Anunoby signed that $200+ million deal last summer. Josh Hart signed an extension 2 summers ago. Karl-Anthony Towns still has a couple of years left on his deal. And Miles McBride has this year coming up, and I believe 1 more year left on his deal as well. So this is your core of who you're going to be rolling with over the next couple of years. Yeah, Miles McBride under contract this year for $4.3 million and next year at $3.9. This is your core. This is your team, and that's a championship core. And that doesn't even show you Mitchell Robinson. It doesn't show you Gershon Yabusele or Jordan Clarkson this year. But the Knicks are putting together a roster that we all know can compete for a championship. You went to Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals this past year, and they're only getting better. Look, I know that I've been extremely critical of Bridges, and it's been unfair because he didn't choose to get traded to the Knicks for the control of 6 first-round picks or whatever it was. 4 from the Knicks. They traded the Milwaukee pick and a pick swap, so the control was 6. But he's a damn good player. And you don't get past Boston if it wasn't for what he did in those games. Being able to shoulder the scoring load on offense in the fourth quarters, helping them come back from 20 points 2 times, and the clutch defensive plays. I think there's room to get better. Averaged 17.6 points per game in the regular season, 15.6 points per game in the playoffs. I think the three-point shooting can and honestly has to get better, has to be more efficient above the arc, has to be able to control the game more, a little bit with the ball in his hands, and has to take care of the ball a little bit more. That kind of got exposed against the Indiana Pacers. The question is, how much better and how much more, better's not really a fair word, how much more can Mikal Bridges give to the New York Knicks? Can he get to 18.5, 19.5, 20 points per game in the regular season? I don't know. The Knicks, they're going to need him. They're going to want to win a championship. They're going to need him to take another step, just like everyone else in this roster has to take another step. This was always going to get done. The Knicks really had no leverage in this spot. Mikal Bridges knows, hey, you traded the control of 6 first-round picks for me. You're not just going to let me enter this year with the opportunity to leave for nothing in free agency. And you know what? Shout out to Mikal Bridges. He could have waited until the end of the season and signed a much bigger contract with the New York Knicks. And he could have did that, and a lot of people would have did that because a lot of people don't think like players on the Knicks. Bridges could have signed a 5-year, roughly $296 million deal if he waited until free agency. Look, I don't think anyone would have paid him that, but I like the idea and kind of just telling myself he's doing this for the betterment of the team, and I actually do think he is. It's when you work at a job or you play on a team, you fall in line. You do as the leaders do. And Jalen Brunson set the tone. I miss seeing Adrian Wojnarowski's face on this show. What about Jalen Brunson taking a $113 million discount? If Brunson could take a discount, that means Mikal Bridges could take a discount. And he did. Show MB25 some love. Hit that thumbs up icon. Happy we got the deal done. Can kind of put the trade rumors to bed around his name for at least the foreseeable future, as he's going to be a Knick. I'm happy he's a Knick, and it sounds like he's going to be here for a little while. It's a big year for Bridges. New coach, and hopefully some more juice. We'll talk about that, but show some love to the captain. This jersey, it's on sale. Get it today. Jalen Brunson, chatsports.com/Brunson sale. Chatsports.com/Brunson sale. Take advantage. Get the shirt. It's on sale. I've got one. It's sweet. You need a little bit more for Bridges this year. Make it $37.5 million on average over the next in the extension. That would rank as the Jalen Brunson's average annual value is $39 million. I love you, Jalen Brunson. It'd be about the 40th highest paid player in 2025 of average annual value. You need to play like a top 50 player. I think he can be. I did a video a couple of weeks ago, my biggest concern for every player, and really just biggest question heading into the season, and is there more to his game? Will he be a bigger offensive threat under Mike Brown? One of the biggest jobs Mike Brown has to do, and the biggest question he has to ask is, how do I get more out of him? How do I put him in spots to be more successful? How do I find spots and roles on the court that are going to help him contribute to winning at a larger percentage point than he was last year? Like, can he play more on the ball? I was a little worried, and I didn't really love the way he took care of the basketball against the Indiana Pacers, but he did run a lot of pick and rolls with the Brooklyn Nets, and maybe the Knicks need that. The Knicks need Jalen Brunson off ball more. They need him to be able to use that catch and shoot ability. So if Brunson's going to play off ball more, that means someone else has to play on ball more. And you're the only other starting guy in the backcourt, Mikal Bridges, so it's got to be you. That's what we want to see. Brunson is too good off the ball to not use that ability. He's one of the best catch and shoot players in the NBA. This team's ceiling is limitless if you can get 5% more out of Mikal Bridges. Does a faster pace help him? Like, Mike Brown wants to get up and down. And when in the half court, it's a lot more ball movement, a lot more player movement, not just Bridges being a corner boy here and a corner boy there and running from baseline to baseline. You're going to see a lot more in that offensive arsenal. I'm pumped up this deal got done. Excited to see what he does under a new head coach. And I can't wait for New York Knicks basketball. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram @MarshallGreen_.